MAGA Man is brought to you by
It appears you hold all the cards, Mr. Trump. My fate is in your hands.
Has anyone ever told you you look like a donkey?
Yes. Many times.
Even facing certain death, you're defiant, like a petulant child. Well, it won't help you now, Maduro. Your time is up. F8.
You sunk my oil tanker.
Hasta el final, asshole.
Coño, carajo.
Oil Tanker, the new game from Bilton Madley, proud sponsor of MAGA Man.
El papá de los pelucones.
Democrats used to believe that border security and immigration enforcement were just common sense ideas. Don't believe it? Take their word for it.
Americans are right to demand better border security and better enforcement of the immigration laws. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked.
We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders. It has become an extraordinary problem.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. And we must do more to stop it.
Biden, yes or no, would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No.
Any city should listen to the Department of Homeland Security. The city made a mistake not to deport someone that the federal government strongly felt should be deported. Just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay.
We do not think the comprehensive health care benefits should be extended to those who are undocumented workers and illegal aliens. We do not want to do anything to encourage more illegal immigration.
People say, well, why can't you stop illegal immigrants from coming here? And the number one answer we give is when they come here, they can get jobs, get benefits against the law because of fraud.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple.
Open borders, and you're doing away with the concept of a nation state.
Our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders, and no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
For decades, these weren't controversial or radical ideas. The only thing that changed is them.
Hey yo, meticulous like a watchmaker, precision, I'm public enemy without the clock. Yo, listen, champagne flavor apricot, full flavor, full leaf furs. I salad 'em at the spot, about to make salad on a calm morning. Got me brainstorming. New ways to breach loopholes, new goals to turn coal into diamonds. You motherfucking turncoats, cotton picking good for nothing wanted. You low down Benedicts, how you kill a good nigga working in the neighborhood, trying to build shit that ain't real shit. I know it's hard to get on one accord, but why take a king off the board? It's not checkmate when the gang detonate, but let me deviate. I'm thinking more pouring white grapes than the flu Yeah, I escape in a coupe, the heist. Open shop down in Alger Heights. Nothing less than success will suffice, right? Tell me how it feel to be a real one. We don't inherit empires, gotta build one. High stakes when it's fake, stay a real one. Mastermind a game plan to make a meal from. Tell me how it feel to be a real one. We don't inherit empires, gotta build one. High stakes when it's fake, stay a real one. Mastermind a game plan to make a meal from. It's real. Pearls before swine, girls with strong minds, the world is all mine. It's like hurry up and wait, it's a long line. You got the right idea, but at the wrong time. Timepieces, I find peace, my mind reaches new levels, new devils to leave speechless. Speak truth to power, minutes turn to hours, yours become ours. Now it's new moves, rules of engagement. I leave out with the money, with who I came with. No more the same shit, but I'm still player. Get your main hit like your first single. Layers, fly ladies understand lingo. On the hotel rooftop, we met mingle. Tequila shots, the whole menu was bilingual. Sing along, you know the words, it's not a jingle. A man with a plan with a purpose. Standing ovation, we out, close the curtains. Yeah.
I got this!
Bruh.
I got this!
Yo, 1 2 1 2. Yo, what up? What up? No news. Can you hear me, Playboy? Let me get
Yeah, let me make sure my mic is right, because like for some reason my interface is acting crazy right now. But how do I sound?
You sound fantastic. You done put all that money into that studio, Playboy.
Bro, it's been some years coming. I've been saving up and doing this stuff for a number of years, at least 5-6 years. So you know I'm authentic. Like these dudes that pop up like Chud the Builder with all these 8K cameras and microphones. Yeah, this is me from like the 6 to 10 years, saving my money and upgrading stuff. So I'm authentic right here.
Oh yeah. I seen you posting the pictures of the build earlier this year. I was commenting on the Jones, like, all right, man, hurry up and come with it so we get busy, Playboy.
Yeah, I still got a little bit more to do. I got to buy some more wood to build a wall behind me so you don't see all the extra stuff in the background. But yeah, I'm still working on it.
All right, nice. Nah, the mic sound good and everything. We used to talk backstage and everything. Whatchamacallit? No, I haven't put a title. I'll put the title and descriptions on this all later. I just wanted to throw the stream up because, like I was saying, I saw you streaming about Dr. Tia San Johnson's policy paper. We had talked briefly about it, I think, the other night when there was me, you, and Mr. O on, and I didn't know you was going to do a follow-up stream, but I thought that was like a perfect segue to like, let's get the conversation talking about all them policy points and everything. We can go ongoing with that. I was busy working on labs and everything. And watching Drake drop the Iceman stream tonight, I guess for his new album releases. I ain't even gonna hold you. You got some bangers on that, John. He got some bangers. I ain't gonna hold you. I was on my skeptical, John. You know what I'm saying? I thought academics glazing him and everything. But I was like, man, I'm working on these labs. Let me just put the stream on to listen. I think like third song in and everything like that. I was like, yeah, he got some bangers on that joint. So then I'm like, oh man, let me check my email. So we just threw this joint up. But no, we can get to it. And matter of fact, I reposted it earlier. AC had covered something with a brother getting in Texas getting killed trying to defend Akeisha. Well, like we say, a productive black man, an everyday worker, man. They had his picture up and everything, and that's actually one of the items on Dr. T.S. Johnson's policy points and stuff like that. So we'll start talking on it. We might take a break and I'll pull that up for a conversation piece too, because I'd like to address that because that kind of ties into that. But let's pull your joint up real quick. Right. We just get cracking on it. Share screen. Bet. Let me turn this down. All right, bet. Yeah, let's get let me turn the volume up. All right, so this is the beginning of the stream that you did earlier this week, but I thought you were covering it pretty good, and we could just we can add color commentary from there.
All right, man, I'm still kind of lit right now, so I'm off, but I'm probably gonna go in and work another 12, simply because I ain't got shit else to do. You know, I got to occupy my time. My wife is up with her mother in the hospital. All the Keishas, all the castaways of society have come out, and how dare she love her mother? Yeah, for real. But aside from Reddit, you got this space here where this is more mainstream, I want to say, than Reddit, because we've all heard of it. A lot of our favorite quote-unquote anti-manosphere content creators hang out on Lipstick Alley. It's been around since 2000. It's probably one of the oldest. Reddit, I'm not sure is that old. There's some other forums I used to be on years upon.
Oh, I didn't even see that y'all came into the chat. I'm up here doing conductor shit. Yo, what up, chat? What up, Kwame? What up? That's no news. What up, Lord of Brooklyn? All right, bet. A couple of y'all done came in here, and I see some cloud watchers. Yo, salute to y'all, man. We're going to go over some of Dr. T.S. Johnson's policy initiative that he wrote up for the FBA Black Man. No News had covered it earlier this week, and I thought it'd be a good way to start a conversation piece, so we can get like an ongoing series going through these policy points and let's talk it up. But this is a good segue to set it off.
On years ago, before Facebook came along, but no, before MySpace came along. Yeah, MySpace, you had all the rap forums, you had all these forums for like Napster, Rhapsody, LimeWire, Black Planet. There were so many forums, and that was our social media back then. A lot of people don't realize that. Like before Facebook, we had social media. And you have some people that try to lie to you about it. But so on its surface, you see all the stuff here. We're going to point out some things, forum statistics. As when I logged in, 5 million threads. That's a lot of threads. 115 million messages. And let's see, who's online? You got 2,000 Keishas online. This is a Tether Keisha Rand website. And I wanted to say shout out to you. This is Common Sense. I had to bring my StreamYard over. I'm not too well versed in StreamYard. The only reason I'm using StreamYard today is because I lost a hard drive when I I moved into this new house. And we had some real bad electrical storms, and my stupid ass did not buy a UPS. I had one like a couple years ago, and I kind of let it go because power has been consistent. But when I moved out here to the country, yeah, we had one lightning storm that knocked out power for a minute, and it fried the hard drive of mine. So, and that unfortunately, I had OBS open, if I remember correctly, that day. So it fried the hard drive. I still got it. I got to find my hard drive adapter because it fried some of the files. I can probably hook it up to my adapter and try to recover the files that way.
What up, Shaka Zulu?
OBS, and I'll use StreamYard to pull up guests. So it is what it is. So you got today almost 4,000 visitors. Some of these people are popping up now, but the reason why I'm bringing this up is because on Machismo TV, me and him had a one-on-one sit down, and we talked about the Black Congressional Caucus. We brought up other YouTubers, and I'm gonna remember to bring up This Is Common Sense. We're gonna go through some of your videos, I hope, in near future. But what he did was he did a wide casting net to kind of capture some of the brothers that's on this space who have large followings and who speak just like regular everyday black men. And what Machismo tried to do was paint. Well, he didn't try. He actually painted the picture that I didn't even think about, where you got brothers who we all talk the same. Everybody with some damn sense, we all talk the same. You can call it conservative. You can add whatever label you want to what we're talking about. It's still going to amount to the same thing. So I got to go through the email list. I can't remember all the channels, but Tim Black is one of them who he highlighted because he's one of the larger channels, and he also highlighted some of the up and coming channels, some of the smaller channels who all talk the same way as us. Like it's basically barbershop talk, or talking to your late uncles or whatever. Because all my uncles are pretty much gone by now, so I can say late uncles. And so talking to them felt like a piece of home, or listening to them rather. These are older gentlemen from the boomer generation who actually have some sense, not these simps out here talking about the black woman is God and this, that, and the third. So we got a lot to talk about. So let me switch my tab. As a matter of fact, let me move this back over here because I'm looking off to my right. I gotta switch my chair and some of my monitors around. But so Lipstick Alley, right on the surface. Let me refresh this page so I can give you an accurate picture here. A moment ago, Rihanna claps back at Tyler. This is Common Sense history student, AC, Tito, Obsidian. We all talk about this. These are folks who are obsessed with celebrities. For some, Keisha is all about celebrities. This ain't normal everyday life. And which brings up a point that I tried to make a couple years ago. Like when I was growing up, just like many people, I'm 43 years old. I'm an older millennial / Gen Xer. I was like right there. When we were coming up, we had we spent a lot of time outside. I'll say that. We spent a lot of time outside. We had various activities didn't involve electronics. The only electronics I remember was like Tamagotchi or the Tiger electronic games where everybody, and what we would do, we would trade these things around. We had Pogs, we had Pokemon cards, Magic cards, we had all types of analog things that we played with. Hopscotch, double dutch, hide and seek, laser tag, freeze tag, whatever. All right, pause it right there. All right, so what I tried to do was like lay the foundation for what we've been talking about, and me and you have talked backstage about this, was that these are regular everyday brothers. We all have this same common these common conversations with each other, and it seems like it's news to the younger generation, but we've had these conversations over and over again, reminiscing about the 90s and how brothers were really talking to each other despite what was going on in the mainstream. When they were tearing brothers down, like we all kept we held the same frame, and if that makes sense, because I know so many old heads that tried to give us the game, and then you had all these different females in your ear trying to tell you, oh, that's not how the way the world works, not realizing back then that was manipulation. So we're behind the power curve when it comes to politics, but it comes to like the social stuff. We are way behind the power curve, and it wasn't until we were able to buy these microphones and get online and talk to each other that things changed. Now we're in a good position where we can actually affect change. And then this is all going to feed into the 19-point political agenda, as you follow along.
No, spot on. I'm actually going to jump ahead a little bit so we can cover it. I just wanted to let it play. Hold on. I seen it right here. Hold on. Hold on for a second. Let me see something.
She's like 50-something years old.
Okay, let me just jump right.
If she's so talented, why did she get typecasted?
All right, this right.
Why?
Okay, here we go.
Fact that me and Machismo.
This is what the 19-point male political agenda, Dr. Tia Johnson. And so this is it posted on Lipstick Alley?
Yep.
Oh, wow. This is recent. This is Jan 24th, 2026.
Yeah, when we had the one-on-one and we were sitting down and I went to go pull it up, that was the first search result that popped up in my browser was from Lipstick Alley. And that says a lot. Before, I want to say last year, Dr. T said something about it. Like if you type this in, that's the first search result that would ever pop up. And that's how it was for the longest. And then when we were on stream live and I typed it in the background, Lipstick Alley popped up. So what changed? Like I that's the part that I don't understand is what changed. Is it that the females are talking about it now? Like, hey, wait a minute. We got to figure out what these brothers are doing or what? Like that's the only thing that came to mind to me, because even he said it on one. I got to go find that live stream where he talked about it. He talked about the black male political agenda. In his words, his search result would pop up right away. It would point you directly to the document before he made it a PDF, to the website rather, and it would pop right up. And I would test it out here and there, every so many months to see if it would pop up. And that's all you would get was Dr. Tia Johnson's website. And then he made it a PDF, and then that would pop up. And then was it like a week ago? We type it in, you get Lipstick Alley. So what changed?
Well, if when you're popping up and it's coming to the top of the Google search results, and then if it's coming to the top via another reference site, that means it's getting a tremendous amount of eyeball. Which means that people, well, the bottom line is everyone knows. But for, I know they said 20%. I still think it's closer to 30. Right. So for what, we've been making a lot of noise across also, not we this channel, but black men. Basically, that's why I showed the common everyday guys. Like, bro, this is regular talk on the street. Me and Mr. O did a random shit, 2 of them earlier this week, and we had the boy talking reckless. I don't know if he was from Detroit or whatever.
No, but he was from DC.
From DC, and we doing that on purpose because I'm trying to show just regular dudes and you knew he was from the street, how he was talking. But irregardless of the profanity and whatnot and such, it's the same sentiment from there, from the everyday, the street dude to guys like us all the way up here on these platforms who are playing, who are being pundits of sort. We're all calling it the same way. irregardless of the vocabulary and everything. So what I'm saying is, I think that that is really the silent majority, and like these old ninjas and all this other stuff, that's actually becoming fringe. They just had happened to have the biggest microphones. Like nobody's feeling none of this leftist weirdo shit, bro.
Exactly.
Nobody's feeling it, and then that provides a good segue to be like, okay, well, if they not feeling that, Trump only got 2 more years left in office, and it just happened to be that some of the MAGA agenda, because it's a populist movement, it aligned with some of the interests or just the overall zeitgeist of where black men were at the time. But we need to have these conversations around the bullet points on this on the Dr. Tia Johnson's document, and which, by the way, when I say Dr. T, meaning that he culminated and put it together, but the points on the political agenda are crowdsourced.
Yep,
That they're
that's a fact.
crowdsourced. So that's actually that's actually the most important caveat with that. They are Dr. Tia Johnson. Like I said, and it helps that he's PhD, academic, well respected, et cetera, et cetera. But he crowdsourced these points. These aren't these. This isn't an intellectual looking down and saying this. I've made this assessment and analysis due to my research. These are these are the political points that and policy agenda points for black men. These points were crowdsourced.
Yep.
And whatnot. So this is why, like I said, it's not the Bible or anything like that, but it's one hell of a starting point. And to my knowledge, this may be the first time in modern history with regard to the FBA black men in terms of contemporary modern political thought, where there is actually a policy platform that it is exclusively related to our interests alone. Pre-Civil War and post-Reconstruction, any political agenda was pretty much black communita, man, woman, and child. It was man, woman, and child centered. Us as a up ye mighty black race type sort of thing. This document, crowdsourced from the public, from black, is the first of its kind.
Yeah, and I believe you're absolutely correct. The and in this live stream later on, I addressed that point that he took everything that all the black men, not the black males in this space, have talked about, and he boiled it down, based on his intellect, and that's how we get the 19-point political agenda. If it were left up to regular folks, regular guys, it would probably be a lot larger, but because he has the intellect, and I'm glad he gave us a vocabulary and pretty much simplified it for us, which is one thing that we do and collaborate in the space, boiled it down to 19 points. And I appreciate that, because I'm like, wait, there's a lot of vocabulary I was trying to express my viewpoints, but because I'm not in the spaces that he is in with multiple professors, which we know he talks to these other professors offline, and they culminate and they collaborate together, and they kind of, simplify the language rather. So we've seen that. So I'm glad, I'm grateful for him. And at one point, even though I kind of disagree with Green Gorilla on certain things, Green Gorilla had a lot to say about this same issue. And I don't know where he's at right now, but he should probably make a return to this space. And, I know he's dealing with a lot from what Dr. T has said, but he was also a great contributor as well. So I don't want to leave him out in the fringes and whatnot, even though the point where I disagree with him was when Cynthia G got kicked off YouTube. That was my only disagreement with him about that. But anyway, as we march forward and continue to put these ideas out there, I'm hoping that we can affect enough to get the fence sitters on our side.
Oh well, the fence sitters, they're gonna have to learn the hard way. You know, this red
Yeah,
coach.
yeah.
You only it's a pain it's a pain game. But like I said,
Yeah.
I'm a collateral damage guy.
I
So.
got this.
Bruh.
Trying to get Dr. Umar called on us. Hold on. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this.
All right.
And I should have had the link where I could drop it in the chat where you guys could just go download the PDF, and I could have probably pulled it up. And we could have.
I can pull it up. I got it. Hold on.
All right, cool. Just drop it.
I had
in
it somewhere. I'll drop it in the chat.
Mhm.
Hang on. I got like 50 tabs open. So let me find the right tab. I'll drop it in the chat, but go ahead.
All right, bet. Yeah, I had to close a bunch of stuff. I ain't want my stream shutting down on me like it did the other night. But I wanna I liked the angle that you took regarding this in the stream, pointing out that one that you pulled it up and it's on Lipstick Alley at the top of a Google search, indicating that even if the brothers aren't looking at it, somebody else is, more than likely DNC operatives, focus groups, and everything. And we may see some adjusted language come midterms in 2028 that are going to try to pander to some of these issues on here. And if we don't have the brothers informed by then, they could be bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? Because then that being the case is like, why would they offer you anything if you didn't have any friggin' leverage? And so we need to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that you guys aren't the audience isn't enticed and pulled to the side by little shiny objects with no deliverables. All right, let's go.
I'll cover this briefly. Was that the black male 19-point political agenda authored by the one and only Dr. C. Hassan Johnson happens to pop up here with all these staunch feminists. This is what they found. Because and let's think about this for a second. They lost upwards of 25% of black men, because you're starting to see more and more black men who voted against Kamala Harris come forward. They may not overtly say it or come right out and tell you, but you can tell by the way they're communicating that they did not vote for Kamala Harris. And a lot of black men are starting to stand up. Like, I'm not afraid to tell folks. He said, hold on. Hey, what'd you say, bro? Chockzilla. I just caught that. But there's a lot of questions to be asked. So they're trying to figure out how to get brothers back on the plantation. So why did this person post this here? I believe this is a male here who's maybe a rainbow male, maybe some effeminate male, because the way they posted this, or maybe it could be a Keisha who has some common sense, as rare as that is, posted this here because they're trying to figure out how to get brothers back on the Democrat plantation. This has been out for a number of years. This is the political agenda has been out since Stacey Abrams, since before Stacey Abrams ran for office. So the information has been out there. It's been wide open to the public. This has not been behind a paywall. Only recently, and within the last 2 years, has it been put into a PDF that you can download and disseminate amongst yourselves. Brothers have taken to the internet on their respective platforms and created QR codes. So when you see the QR code pop up on the stream and you use like the AI or whatever, screen capture or whatever on your phone, it'll pull up the exact document that's posted on the stream. Just so y'all brothers know, if you go to Machismo TV's live streams and you hold down the home button on your phone and Google AI scans your phone for the content that's present on your screen, it will pull up the black male political agenda. I got a Galaxy S25. And if I hold down the home button, it scans your screen for QR codes, websites, whatever, and it'll bring you right to it. So what this individual did was posted by taking screenshots. So these are probably images or copy and paste from the PDF, probably before or no, not before, after he posted the PDF. Now I want you to take note of the date. So I got my cursor on the date. All right. This happened January 24th, 2026. It has taken them, I want to say the black male political agenda has probably been out about 6 years or so. As we've been hey, salute to you, Zeke. As we've been taking notes and making suggestions to Dr. T, I want to say the black male political agenda has been out since damn near the pandemic. They're just now catching on. 6 years later, they're just now catching on. And what this person did was post it, copy and paste. And he or she made a bunch of posts. This has been revised since then, but they are taking notice. Well, what do black men want? This is the first time we've been asked, what do black men want? That's what this post is saying to me. So you got Lipstick Alley. We're going to scroll down. We're going to keep scrolling for a little bit. Hopefully I'm not making y'all dizzy. As a matter of fact, let me copy. Let me post this in the chat in case y'all didn't catch the show yesterday. So you can take a look for yourself and follow along as we're going through it. It should pop up in a separate web browser. All right, let me go down. They pretty much captured all the data. Now let me scroll back up here. What I like about
Hold on. Who sent that? Detroit, you can't hear that? It sounds loud as hell on my John.
Yeah, I can hear it, definitely. And I got my phone sitting in front of me, so I can hear it.
All right, man. Maybe he retracted it. He says, turn it up for 800 joules. I'm just reading my chat and everything.
Right.
No, but no, it sounds loud as shit to me. So you guys put a 1 in the chat if you can hear the video. But I was listening on my other device. It's loud.
About the black male political agenda, it starts talking about the domestic violence rate. So now you have a frame of reference. Hey, pause it right there from, and you can cite your sources. So go to Dr. T.
Go ahead.
So all right, so after I've sat back and I've listened, what I do is I listen to my live streams quite a bit, like throughout the day, just make sure my just so I can learn from my own live streams. But when I posted this, and one of the things I thought about was like, all right, we put this information out there, and these folks, if you look at the comments in this Lipstick Alley thing, they kind of push back on it. So that shows that these folks aren't listening. So I'm hoping the brothers are paying attention to what we're talking about as we go through the 19-point political agenda, because I can almost assume that a lot of guys aren't going to read the whole thing, but it would be to their detriment that they do. A couple things that I missed was, all right, so he put the information out there. The document is well written, and these folks still deny what we're talking about. It's like cognitive dissonance. These folks are asking us, what do black men want? And then you get a whole document that all the brothers agree on, because I haven't seen anybody disagree as far as black men disagree with the 19-point black male political agenda at all. I haven't seen it. And you'd be hard pressed to find somebody that disagrees with it at all.
And I think a good reason for that is because it's crowdsourced.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? It's what do you call it? Sample data that reflects a general consensus or a standing zeitgeist. And I just think that he took that information and was able to articulate it and put it into a piece of policy document that language wise and structure wise stands up to scrutiny from a academic and policy standpoint. It's brilliant. Go ahead, saw you.
And because he's a doctor, he knows how to give a dissertation and defend his position, and he's done that. If you look at like his whole catalog in the past month, he's been doing a different video every single day, solidifying our position and how we think and how black men respond to what's going on in the environment. Because like let's be honest, we as men, we respond to the environment. So said chick wants this and they all agree on it. What will we do? We jump through hoops to make that shit happen. Even though that's considered simp stuff nowadays. But whatever women want, a lot of men will mold themselves into what women want. And it goes to a greater scale when you're talking about society in general. We normally do what the opposite sex asks of us, and we'll try to do that. Now we're at a point where you had the manosphere for the last 10, 15 years saying, hey, why are we jumping through the flame of hula hoop and not getting anything in return? Because they can obviously change their mind. Like, we realize how much power we have, so why not use it? And that's one of the things that KS and all these other creators started to highlight. Like, yo, you're really the prize. You don't have to do anything extra special. Just be who you are. Do what you need to do. Keep your head down. Keep working. They got to conform to us, and that's what these folks do not like, because it affects them on a political scale. If that makes sense.
No, it does. Like I said, I think that happened in real time when we pulled it up on the stream. So, and I didn't know that it was being, once it's posted on something like Lips Together, because that's like a liberal, like pseudo feminist, like brag. You know what I mean? So for it to be posted the way it's posted, they're looking at that shit like Project 2025. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that is dope, bro.
They looking at it like, you guys need to take a look at what these black men are doing. We've got a fucking problem. You know what I mean? We've got a problem. And it's going to be a snow bunny apocalypse.
Yo. That was perfect. Oh man, that was perfect. Hey, when you get a chance, man, find that Street Fighter 2 perfect soundbite.
Perfect. All right, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Find that one. I might have it on my computer. I might send it to you, but yeah, like that was awesome. But yeah, the way they're talking about it, like many creators have said for years that we are the canary in the coal mine. So if it doesn't work on us, you have no hope. You have no hope whatsoever to get anything pushed or moved, because so like I said, we the quote unquote garbage men of all men, even though we've worked so hard to change it. And if you can't
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
And if you can't change that amongst us, you have no hope in whatever you're trying to do.
Spot on. And the other best part, quiet part, out loud part that no one was aware of, none of these parties can win with just a Keisha vote, even when they voted a 90% clip. And you got to think about there's twice as many, because there's more women than men, so there's twice as many Keishas than black men. And just that little 20% in the chunk threw off the entire elections. I mean, they're throwing off all these local elections now because they can't get black men to get in line. And that's not even all black men. That's just a piece of black men. So even with them bringing in the illegals and everything, the Keisha block it doesn't sway anything. And the Republicans don't care about the Keisha block because they never got the Keisha vote anyway. So they found a way to win without Keisha. So the right don't even need them.
Yep, that's
and they're
correct.
not as valuable to the left anymore. You see what I'm saying? We're the bad bitch at the prom now. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I see you in the building, Quiet Storm. Here's some snow for you. I got this.
Bruh.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm getting like Russian vibes from them chicks.
Yeah, Russian and they look Russian and Ukrainian. They look Russian and Ukrainian. Hold on, let's play some more of this.
All right, Johnson's page, and make sure you download that, the official one. Damn, I forget how far you got to scroll down for this shit. All right, so here we go. Sally from the Valley. First thing she says is, I stopped after the first bullet. Black men view every issue they have through the lens of child support, which is absolutely false. Absolutely false. Hang on, let's see here. It said it's been removed. I'm viewing it in real time, man. I don't understand. All right,
Maybe
let me elaborate on that point.
I have no idea.
There. So this individual here, Sally from the Valley, this is an age-old trope. It's all we're worried about is child support.
And, but we know that more than 50% of there are more black men without children than are. So, like you say, that's the other reason they're upset. These facts, data, and statistics. None of these tropes is standing up to scrutiny. So, so you know that's a person arguing in bad faith because most of us ain't got no goddamn kids.
Yep, and that the majority don't have kids. So yeah, that falls flat on his face. But the many of us who pay child support were arguing about it. Like me personally, I don't have a problem paying the money. I've been paying the money since 2019, like $2,000 a month, over $2,000 a month, right? But my issue personally, and a lot of men would agree with me, is like you need to have access to your children. Like, why am I paying all this money and I can't have access to my child? I wouldn't say a word if you wouldn't hear me complaining or anything if I had access to my children. And a lot of brothers would gladly trade the money over their children, just to have access, because that's the one thing that matters to us more than anything. And that goes to show that how benevolent that black men are. Like, we will sacrifice ourselves just for our children. But does it happen the other way around? Absolutely not. Because we can go down the list of Keishas who do stuff to their kids, who put them up for a job adoption. There's been several news stories about these chicks saying, I don't know who the father is, and go ahead and put them up for a job adoption. Don't even say anything to the child's father, and they found out years later after fighting the case that the kids got adopted by another family. How many times have we seen that? I know at least 10 cases I've seen in the past couple of years that's happened. So that explains that, or you can elaborate that it probably happens more often than not. So even when you go back to the black male political agenda, the largest amount of talking points in that has to do with family court. So if men are advocating for this, that goes to show that we care more about the children than they do.
Say that again.
Yeah, like we're not the ones leading 20, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know the number has been 20 million for a while. I would even go as far as to say that there's probably been more than 25 million deletions by but you got men out here fighting tooth and nail because they love their children. It's wired in us to, go forth and multiply. I don't know what the hell these chicks are doing. I really don't. To the point where, like, these folks are so badly advocating for what we're trying to do or how we think on Lipstick Alley, a staunch feminist forum, to which I believe that they are trying to control us by posting this stuff on, hey, look what I found. If you want to control these dudes, you have to understand where they're coming from and how they think. You know, so everything that we do in this space is kind of a double-edged sword. We can talk to each other about what we want and we can put it in documents, and then these feminists will come behind us and try to, you know, stab us in the back on the back end. Oh yeah, they really care about these kids. That's how you control them. Yeah, it just gets wild, right?
Yeah. No, I think you're spot on. That's these comments are wild to me. So I'm glad you're reading through some of these joints. And this is just the preamble because one, I didn't know that this document was being absorbed like this, or at least consumed like this online by people, by parties other than black men. Like I said, for this to be at the top of the Google search, that tells you everything that you need to know. So this is good framing and a good jump off position from the conversations we're going to have about the individual points later on during the month.
Yeah. But yeah, there's the link. Let me hit it right there. But yeah, like it's still there. I'm scrolling through it live right now. So first comment after this was posted, I stopped after the child support thing. I read that already. And then this is the same individual that posted it. That's why I say this is a male. If I had to choose which one to start with, it would be family court reform. Based on my life experience, it's been a terrible experience. Had the misfortune of being shipped back and forth between CPS and the foster care system. So this may be a female who had to deal with the family court system, being a victim of it, a complete victim. And then you get this garbage ass individual, overnight celeb, garbage. You've been on here you've been on here 13 years. And this is what you say. Are you posting this on Kali and other male-centered forums? Why would you ask that question? You said when you clicked the link, it did not work. Hang on, let's see here. Yeah, because I gave it to Machismo the other day, and it popped right up. Let me try it again. Copy, and then I'm going to paste it regular. I thought pasting as plain text would work. All right, try it from there. All right. And then you get a couple females here and there. First one, I read the first one and agree as a female who grew up with divorced parents, and my mom was not the ideal parent in many ways. My dad had absolutely no recourse but to keep paying. How many brothers we know are in the same boat? How many brothers we know are, oh damn, did it not post? Okay. How many brothers we know are in the same boat? Where you exhaust all your options and all you got to do is keep paying. And then she says, also as an adult, I have seen this play out in many ways for my friends who have been baby mamas, baby daddies, ex-wives, ex-husbands, all socioeconomic status. The system is rigged against males, especially black males. I will fight people on this. And she got 2 likes. All the people in here, she only got 2 likes. But I agree with this sentiment, but I still don't trust Keisha. And then this broad comes right back. So he has to pay whether she was ideal parent or not. Why not? Why did he not file for custody? I'll answer that. Because it's expensive. A lot of these lawyers will take up your case if they know they got a surefire win and get their fee afterwards. But for men, you got to pay up front. Why did you not ask him to take you in? Good question. Probably because the mother kept her away. Probably threatened to call the cops, do something stupid. to keep you from getting custody. All right, cool. So you see where they're at right now. They're only focused on the one part of it. There are 19 points, even though the whole family court system.
I say Storm said, "What's the date on this article?" I think the one where I saw it was posted. They had posted it to Lipstick Alley in January of 2026. Yo, no news. I think you got to unmute yourself.
All right, so yeah, they posted this in January. So like from what we know about the 19 point, like before then, it was the 18 point for the longest. It's been out for a couple of years, and the fact that they're paying attention is because they lost that last election. So they spent $20 million paying some fat broad to try to talk to us about why we voted the way we voted. And then now they're just grasping at straws at this point. And then all of a sudden, they do a Google search on what do black men want, and the 19-point political agenda pops up. Like, as we stated early on live, was that for years, that was the first result that popped up. And then as I did it live when I was talking to Machismo, then Lipstick Alley came into the picture. I'm like, wait a minute, this is different. This is new. This is brand new because I do it every so often. I got a list of websites I Google here and there to see where they rank. And I got a little bit of analytic tools on my web browser, extensions that I frequent. And I look at all this stuff because, I was doing t-shirts at one point, and from doing t-shirts, I learned all this stuff from doing the Amazon sales, Teespring. It all feeds into it because it's all algorithms that play into your web browser. You got all these extensions, so you will get information that pops up all over the place. And what I started doing was using that to do research in this space. So when it came to the 19-point male political agenda, that was the #1 search option for at least the last 5 years. And then when I did it live, when I was talking to Machismo, somehow that jumped the shark and ended up at the very top. So that's why we ended up with the link to Lipstick Alley and where this person posted the Lipstick Alley article. So that's what we're going on right now. And then after that live stream, I came on the following day and decided, I need to expand on this some more and really cross-reference this with the whole Dr. Tia San Johnson's work. So that's why we're here today. But yeah, January of this year, they're just now getting the point. They don't pay attention to us any other time when we try to talk to these folks about what we want. Even with Stacey Abrams, she pretended to try to talk to us. Same thing happened with Kamala Harris. They pulled a few points, and then they largely ignored us, and that's why they lost.
Yeah, they tried to pull a rabbit out the hat like in the last quarter.
Yeah, like that doesn't work. Stacey Abrams didn't want to talk to us at all, and people put that on Front Street. Like, hey, wait a minute, what about black men? You talk to all these pro-black feminists, you talk to all the white groups, you talk to everybody else besides us, and then when you lose, then you want to blame us. How is that fair? You don't want to talk to us, then all of a sudden, it's our problem.
Well, I'll make a comment on that, and this is the line of reasoning I've been trying to reiterate. I mean, shit, we've been making this argument since prior to Trump being inaugurated. Like what the statement you just made is factually true as a data point. That is absolutely true. But it is a how do I phrase this? It makes logical sense from a campaign management standpoint. They've the DNC, the campaign managers, et cetera, they have been under the impression, and rightfully so, because that's what the data shows, that as long as they have the black woman's vote, as long as they have the Keisha vote, they have the black male vote. Because because since we are upside down, this is the only community that votes with their women, whereas most communities, the women vote with their men.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with Republicans. So if every election comes around, let's with the Republicans, and they're getting like 8% of the black vote. Why even adjust? Why spend money during the campaign to court that group? Even if you do win some over, it's not enough to push past the margins. Same thing on this end. Whatever the women want, that's what the men want. So that's why there's no policy for us. And like I said, to some degree, that can be blamed on us because, like I said, the tyranny of the old niggas post 1960. That the conversation has always been your vote don't count. Although all your forefathers been dying hundreds of years for you just to get that vote. It doesn't get, like I said, that boomer logic, like 60, they fucked us over for like in terms of information, bad information. You see what 6 decades of bad information to get you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You understand? Well, we just are turning the ship around. You know what I'm saying? And it started with gender politics first, and what happened is that warmed the field up, and it ended up being a very nice segue. So when you started talking politics, some dudes were just not voting Democrat because it was like, oh, if Keisha votes 90% that way, then we're definitely just going to do the opposite, which is either not vote Democrat or not
vote for the couch.
You see what I'm saying to you? So that's what I'm saying. That's the nature of politics. You may not have everybody on your team, but as long as you get the win on your column, who cares what their motivation was? You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So like I said, I think there are a number of factors. We had the well-informed because we talked the politics all the way down the line with the MAGA movement, and I just think some of it was like, you had all the clips like, I told you to vote for Biden, and the Keisha's out there like, we are the reason the Democrat Party won. We vote 90%, and brothers that was less political was just on some shit like, what? Oh, well, I'm definitely not voting Democrat then. You know what I'm saying? Like if you love it, I definitely don't want it type shit. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is we'll take those wins on the margins. We're in the phase now of like, okay, we didn't chipped off enough of that base, and when we're being looked at like a swing vote or a voter block, now let's have the conversation. So, when it come around, it'd be like, well, what? Because I think even one of the reasons why we've never had a policy document for black men, because black men have never actually even stopped to ask themselves, what is it that we want? Not what the community wants, not what the black race wants, not what we the people want. What do I myself as a black, what do I need from this? And we are the most, what is the word, deserving to ask, because we've been fighting since the Revolutionary fucking War.
Yep, I agree with that part, but I think largely we've been ignored. Like we can find all these old interviews between black men and feminists. I'm drawing a blank here on specific names, but
we've been ignored because we allowed ourselves to be ignored. We turned over the reins of power post 60s to you know what I'm saying, to the way, to we let the women lead. It's the truth, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we necessarily let the women lead.
I'm talking about politically.
Right.
Niggas is just talking about. Well, when the last time you heard niggas talk about the midterms? I've never in my fucking life.
Yeah, me either.
That's what I'm saying. And you can't ask for nothing if you don't talk about it.
But before my time, it's like when you look at, if you go back as far as like the whole civil rights thing, where black women undermined us and it kind of
100%. But that's another thing of. But no, I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. Once the black women made that up after the civil rights movement and the equal rights movement, once they made that the famous picture with the white feminists and the black woman with that's where it's, you know what I'm saying? It started right there. You know what I'm saying?
And we've had nothing but problems since. Like, and it speaks to what I was saying about the benevolence of black men. Is like when all these social programs that started with us, we started all that stuff between WIC, I'll say WIC is the number one, and caring for the people in our community.
Because our concern was for the
Mhm.
family. It never occurred to us
Yes.
that the women really didn't care in general, not the
Mhm.
outliers, did collectively as a whole, didn't really care about the family. And it took 6 decades later to really see that. Over
Mhm.
20 million deletions. Like, and like I said, social media has actually been a blessing for us, bro.
Yeah,
Because
it definitely has.
because there's no room to even speculate or anything anymore. You're hearing it right out of their mouths every day. And
Yep.
black men collectively needed this culture shock. It's a shock to the system.
Mhm.
And like I said, the next generation of men and boys, they will not be so kind, loving, and understand. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Half of them will be soft because they're low T, but the ones that aren't, you know what I'm saying? The ones that
Yeah.
aren't the runts of the litter. You don't understand what I'm saying? Because we're in the middle of a culling as well from a species standpoint. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
we definitely playing the culling games right now.
Mhm.
But the one talking point that I want to push out there, and I think I'm probably the original on this one, is that if it weren't for all those deletions, we would be at least half of the white population by now. And if these folks are complaining about the voting blocks and what we do as black men as far as deviating from them, had y'all not done what y'all did since the 1970s, we'd have more than enough numbers to get everything that we want accomplished. We could effectively control this entire country because you're talking about 20 million deletions. So 20 million easily turns into the average person. What the average couple has, what, 2 children? So 20 million turns into 40 million on top of the numbers we have today. So add that to what we got today on top of the 44 million, you're talking about 88 million. And then they have 2 children, which has another 80 million, 160. Because the our opposition is not producing like that. Becky's not trying to have Brad's kids like that. Had we continued down this path, we'd be the majority in this country and controlling everything because we are benevolent. We think about everybody. We do things based on common sense. Had it not been for all the racial bull crap that they've done, like every time we became prosperous and burned down our towns, there's no reason why we shouldn't be in complete control in the country that we built. So I always lay that at Keisha's feet, like, hey, y'all did this. We would be so much further along had y'all not decided to side with the folks that wanted to do eugenics and not eugenics, convince you to do a genocide on your own people. And I laid it. Yep. Go ahead.
Shaka said that's an old talking point from 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lord of Brooklyn, I'm glad you brought this up. He said James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni had a discussion about feminism and relationships in the black community. You can see it on YouTube. And this is another example about the co-optation. You got a fruit monger and a carpet muncher having a conversation about black relationships in the black community. Speaking of James Baldwin, the fruit monger, I'll be telling y'all, you got a content creator down here that has James Baldwin prominently displayed on his channel. People be trying to tell you who they are right in your face, and y'all don't be paying attention. James Baldwin wrote a book called Giovanni's Room, which is essentially a gay porn. So, ask yourself this question. Why would you have this prominently displayed on your channel, this particular author?
Because they agree with it.
Something to think about. Moving right along. Moving right, because it's right in your face. And like, I even be thinking like dudes ain't paying attention, they don't know. But he's like, la 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 la. Nobody bothered to ask. Lord of yo, they be right in your face, bro. You got a lot of fruit mongers down here front like they straight. A lot of y'all, a lot of y'all is listening to fruit mongers, but we gonna keep it at that.
Yeah.
The irony of the conversation. Okay, you spoke to my point. The irony of the conversation, given the fact that both James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni are homosexuals.
Exactly.
Exactly. And like I said, you got somebody down here where that person is prominently displayed on their page, and it has been for quite some time, and no one bothered to ask.
No, because like most people aren't trained to understand the context clues. Like when I watch videos, I look at their background. I look at because I went to art school. Everything is placed in a frame for a reason. So if y'all don't understand that, like take some time out of your day and look up the golden rule triangle, the golden rule rectangle, and it will tell you just about everything you need to know about life. Because life is damn near perfect in nature, but when you see these folks trying to posture themselves, look at what they have in their backgrounds. They're sending a message. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a sports fan and I got a bunch of memorabilia in my background, that tells you exactly what I'm about. But when you go look at Themis and Thoth and Synthetic G and all these other folks, they got stuff in their background or that displays what they're about. So like the last time I looked at a synthetic G live stream, that there's nothing in the back, nothing on the walls. You got blinds. The audio is terrible. That lets you know that this chick is in poverty. Like she in a rent controlled apartment, no decoration on the wall. She's broke.
She used to be an escort.
Exactly.
We have her back page ads.
I had it on my computer, on one of my laptop.
We have her back page ads. Bayard Rushton is another one. They put him right next to. They put him right next to MLK. And look, I'm glad you said that. Cynthia G's Themis and Thoth. Themis and Thoth is a fruit monger. We know what Cynthia G stands for. So it makes absolute sense why this Funky Dineva comes out. Like I said, they are the genocidal Keisha and the fruit monger have a long-standing alliance to Order 66 the Black Man. Shout out to Kevin Samuels for 100%. Bayard Rushton is a convicted PDF. Yup, and yet they have an award. Like I said, they'd be right in your faces. And part of the this Funky Dineva type thing is because the Black Manosphere proper and its extension, and part of its ethos, and it happened organically, by mind you, because we're all over the country, all different states, all different ages, and all over the world. Actually, the one core thing is that these are conversations between heterosexual, productive Black male and men, and we consistently make that delineation. Like, you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, we don't. You fruit mongers got your own space and everything, and you got the Obama blessing and all that. Like, you're not part of this. You're not at this table in this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And they're upset about, now that it's become political and we're influential, they're upset that they can't slip a Bayard Rushton in there.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? But what we do have down here are content creators who are fronting like they're straight. And a lot of them are the panders, but we got some deep down here in the rabbit hole too. Ace Metaphor is admitted
a fruit monger.
He was banging his homie in high school, and like he just came out and volunteered that. It's not like he was grilled or nothing, and like he just let that drop, and people just like let that shit like slide. Like, you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, he tried to low key to let himself out the closet.
Yeah, bro, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, yo.
It's wild because that dude has such a huge following,
Yeah,
and is making millions
but I guess it makes sense that a fruit monger's got like a large female following, like surprise, surprise, surprise. But that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of strange things happening in Gotham, Batman. Yo, salute to the chat. I see y'all piling in here. Let's play a little bit more of this.
All right. Has a lot of sub points and a lot of input from the brothers in the space, because that's the one thing that hurts brothers the most, is having to deal with the family court system. I've dealt with it. I pay over.
Oh, Ace Metaphor, bro. Like I said, the boy volunteered that. It's not like he was getting grilled in an interview or nothing. We got the clips. He just came out and said, yeah, like he used to bump with his homeboy back in high school and college. Like no, like he was that wasn't. He just came out and said that. He just came. You know what I'm saying? I guess he married and got children and everything now, but like there's no such thing as how it used to be gay, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, you can't be like the chicks. You can't be like the chicks in college. Like, I made out with girls and a sorority. Like, you can't. Look, that doesn't work for dudes, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and $2,000 a month between child support and medical dental vision, and my, with on top of the almost $1,400 in child support. So I'm around $2,000 something dollars. Like I don't have my spreadsheet in front of me because I've been calculating it, but I've paid over $245,000 since 2019, which would have effectively paid off the house I just bought last year. Damn near paid it off. So just to put that into perspective. And I'm still paying it. I got till May of next year and I'm done. And then I'm probably going to take the same 7-year times period and pay off my house. So I'm sticking to the man that way. Definitely take your time to read your own pace, no judgments. It's a lot to improve in this world. Another female, or the same female who posted it, he or she that posted it. All right, basically no accountability plan, more full. This is the comment I really wanted to get to because this makes absolutely no sense. This is a person who hates men, period. Basically, a no accountability plan. 19 points that we want addressed, and it's a no accountability plan.
Well, I'm gonna stop that right there, and we're gonna go on. But I'm glad you pointed that out. And this sentiment right here, this disingenuous sentiment, they're just appalled that we have 19 points of things that we want. But what I'm saying, this sentiment is what we're going to win on. Them scoffing, same way they scoff that y'all just a bunch of weirdos on the internet talking to each other. Nobody cares. You don't have. You guys got no power. You got no influence. You know what I'm saying? Then Trump went. They doing whole think pieces on how the manosphere wouldn't trump the election. Like I said, this is the same thing. Like I said, these are crowdsourced points. He's about to pull up the table of context next. And that's why we have these. This is actually the perfect time to have the conversation. 6 months before the midterms, it's perfect time. 5 months before the midterm. This is the perfect time. We're gonna walk this conversation down all the way to the midterms. So, brothers that have something to think about when they ask, well, what do black men want, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the beautiful thing about the document is Dr. Tia Johnson has wrote out all of the arguments supporting the policy point.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. In addition to that, like it's coherent.
It's coherent.
Like when you go and you talk to these feminists about what they want, it's like spaghetti. Everything is touching and nothing makes sense. And they try to relate everything back to whatever noodles touching what. Whereas these points are separated into each individual, chapter or section. They will never come close to what we're doing in this space. And that's why I highlighted this particular point, because like they're complaining, but they have nothing to back it up with. We have data, statistics, We have, a whole wealth of information from the older gentlemen who have told us what they've gone through. And even you got guys like myself who've gone through this, who can speak to the system and how it's so messed up. Like I said earlier, I don't mind paying the money, but at least give me access to my children, because that's the most important thing, because that keeps them out of prison, keeps them off the streets. Hell, I would love to keep I hope my younger daughter stays off the damn pole, but she's been in control of my ex-wife for the longest, and that's the only thing I can hope and pray for. That's why I say that we are the most benevolent, because we're thinking about the entire community, the family, everybody and everything around us that we can control. We want to do the best for them. And that's why this document is so important. But you get these staunch feminists that don't think that we are human beings, and we think on certain levels. These broads only care about what they can get out of the system, what they can get away with, how much they can gain, and that's it.
Nah, facts. Just like you just gave your personal example, that's why these policy points. I'm gonna layer a piece of language that we used in the lexicon. That what's in it for me when you're listening to politicians give their speech and why you should vote for them. And I always say, like I said before, if you don't hear anything that's in it for you, that's because there is nothing. But with this conversation, as we start whittling down these talking points from the political agenda, marching up to the midterms, this time I'm gonna add to it, when you're listening to it and you're asking what's in it for me, you also have at least 4 or 5 points in your head about what it is you actually want and should be in it for you. You know what I mean? So we were building on top of a framework that we laid out during the general election. We're going to build on top of that framework moving forward into the midterms in 2028 in and of itself.
The question I have for this chick is, where isn't there accountability? We definitely know it's not on the female side. All the men are asking for are tangibles. Things that we absolutely need to be effective men, family men, fathers, based on the agenda. So let me pull this up real quick. Oh, matter of fact, maybe I downloaded it. Yeah, I did download it. Give me 1 second. Downloads. All right, there we go. So where isn't there an account? We're not escaping accountability by dealing with this. We're not. Let me go to the table of contents. We want family court reform because the system has been one-sided for decades. And I can summarize a lot of these. I've already read this. Fair opportunities in education, because if you do a Google search on scholarships for Black men, there are none. They only send you to the general scholarship pool. But if you Google Black female scholarships, you're going to get 100,000 results. Affirmative action for Black men, because we already know that even though DEI has been taken away, this probably needs to be revised a little bit based on the current climate. But DEI was supposed to help Black men and women, but it ended up going away women. We all know this. Targeted homelessness programs. Programs to stand brothers up and get them on their feet, because there are very few male shelters in this country. Last time I checked, it was probably like 2. But there are hundreds of thousands for females, and especially if you got kids. Targeted unemployment programs. This one talked about helping brothers get back on their feet, to find gainful employment, and to also extend those same benefits under DEI to us that the females got. Criminal law reform. Excuse me. Criminal law reform and law enforcement, 13 subpoints. All right, cool. So the most exonerated man on this planet is Black men. If that doesn't say that the current system needs a reform, I don't know what does. Intimate partner violence. I kind of scrolled past it a little bit earlier. To put it out there that it's mutual in the black community. So we gotta you gotta deal with it there, because what they've done in the past, even when like what happened overseas with the swirlers, they blame black men, saying that, oh, I don't care that Brad did this, but let's look at how they try to deflect and say that let's look at how black men deal with black women, not knowing that the combat is mutual. That y'all are 6 times as likely to delete a man of your own race than any other race of women, making you effectively the most deadly race of women. We've parsed this out in the FBI crime stats. We've parsed this out with blackdemographics.com. You know, Statista supports this. Black male health programs to help us get a little bit healthier, because you know you got all these programs for women where they can get all these different health benefits, all the way down to certain type. Like, look, no bullshit. I saw some shit where they would even offer women these toys, X toys, to help them improve their sexual health. All right, paternity leave. This one has probably been addressed already, because there are several states to where when the baby is born, you get just as much leave as your female partner, wife, fiance, girlfriend, whatever. All right, reverse voter disenfranchisement. So a lot of this has to do with voter rolls, not giving brothers what they want when it comes to political agendas, which is why this whole thing was written. So this right here is kind of like a backbone of the whole thing. All right, black male specific reparations. Fair enough. Let's go with this one. Now, what Keisha will do is try to say that they were right there with us. But if you go through all the journals and archives of slavery, like college level books, you'll find out that they did not ship a whole lot of females when they brought slaves over here. Now, I'm not disregarding the fact that there were Native American slaves, that a lot of us are indigenous black people from this land. But the few that they brought over here were not female. It cost a lot of money. It took a long time to bring folks from the western side of Africa all the way over here. And it's only common sense. So why would you waste your time with the females of the species? Unless there was an embargo that stopped you from bringing slaves over, which is what happened. So they decided to sneak slaves over here and create their own homegrown slaves out of certain people out of West Africa.
Hey, but
even though pause right there. Land. All right. So this is an argument I've had with feminists in the past. When you look at those manifests from when they ship folks over here, and what a lot of these pro-black feminists try to do is try to make it seem like I said in this video, that they were right there with us. But when you look at the majority of the pictures of black men swinging from trees or hung at the courthouse, it was always black men. And I've gone through, like in college, I took a class from a white institution that went over slavery and black history, and you couldn't find no evidence of Keisha hanging out with us when no pun intended, when it came to all this racism. Like, it's like the only time they brought the females over from West Africa, besides the ones they captured here in the States, was to make their own homegrown slaves because of the embargoes, because the King of England, hey, you know what, this is wrong. We're going to stop all this slave trade, and they tried to stop it. And the criminals of the time said, "Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and steal a few more females from this continent, and we're going to grow our own homegrown slaves." And throughout our history, you can show that it was mostly the men in the fields. It was mostly men who were being punished. It was mostly men who bear the brunt of slavery up until the very end of it, when the embargoes went into place. So hey, they had no choice but than to create their own homegrown slaves. And what Keisha does is try to ignore that fact, because they don't dig that far back in the history to understand like how the whole Atlantic slave trade went. I've done that because like that was part of one of my school projects. Even in art school, you had to take some like liberal arts class, and you had to come up with your own research to give your essays or papers. And that's one of the things I found in my research. Like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that the entire time it was black men bearing the brunt of the entire slavery, and then all of a sudden these black feminists try to brainwash you and say, hey, no, we were there too? No, the hell you weren't. No, the hell you weren't, because guess where you were? In Master's house, bearing his children and making more slaves. And that's the part they don't want you to understand. That's why they try to keep the young men in our community dumb as hell. That's why they don't go up to the schools. They don't help with the homework. Because hell, if I keep this little ninja around, he's going to go out there and make money for us and not ask any questions.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Spot on. We're at the 1 hour 33 minute mark.
All right.
What should we call it? I just wanted to review like I said, I saw the beginning of the stream when you had did it, and I was like, all right, we should definitely talk about it. I think I want to actually pull up the PD, like do a series of these, but with the PDF. Like we kind of go through and talk through the points, even if Saul's available and stuff like that. But I think we should flesh out the whole document, consistently on a weekly basis or bi-weekly, leading up to the midterms, because I think the timing is just perfect.
Yep. And I agree.
All right, spot on. Speaking of which, let's we're gonna wrap it up. I told you I was only gonna keep you for an hour, but just on something funny. One of the things that should be, I haven't read through it recently. I don't know if it's been updated, but there should be some sort of retribution for false allegations, especially in this Me Too era. I think we've got paternity fraud and paternity testing on there. But that being said, this is the chick that just lost to Stefan Diggs. I mean, like I said, we know Stefan's a goofy, but he shouldn't be getting catching charges for nothing he didn't really actually do. So, she lost. So this is her a week after she lost in court. And what you call it? What did they repost this? She posted this week. It said she's out here. The passion says Stefan Diggs chef is now going viral. Out here looking for no, this is her job interview, and she's looking for a new sponsor because he tried to give her the 100K, and she tried to stiff him for the 5 million. Now she got nothing.
Wow.
So all the ladies repeat after me, cause it's the G code.
You know, Mr. O is gonna be looking.
My point is this: she tried the charges were criminal charges, assault, and everything. He lost his he lost endorsements. He could have been doing 10 plus years in jail. And she tried to get $5 million from him. He's found not guilty, and a week later, she's twerking with food online like it's a joke, trying to get some change. No repercussions at all. So there has to be legislation for these false allegations. Now, like I said, I mean, across the board, you know, white men, all men are getting it, but it is commonplace for accused of black men, and particularly of SA or being violent. Like I said, he was looking. These are some of these shits were criminal charges. He's looking football career. He's looking at 10 years in jail. He lost. He's lost millions of dollars in sponsorships and everything. And this is her, 72 hours later?
Yep. I think that's point 18 on the blackmail political agenda, the false accusation offender registry. And that's exactly where she should be. It's like this dude lost, I think they because the conduct, they could hide behind it. That was $69 million. And this man lost over this chick, and she up here playing. Like there is no fucking way that this should be allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you went through the whole trial and you know what's exactly going on, she overplayed her hand. Like, even after what's going on here with that, she will never get another celebrity. Any celebrity who is smart would avoid her at all costs. But we all know there's some simp celebrities out there who's probably going to pick her up, and I hope not, but she really messed up her bag going after this man like that. You know, even after the whole Cardi B situation, we all know he's a goofy and he got more money than brains. So like this was going to happen to him. And what's been put out there in the media was that, you know, this chick all of a sudden came along. Nah, he knew this chick for years. He just, you know, brought her in as a chef, as a side piece, and thought he can get away with it like a dumbass. And then it backfired on him. So to the gentleman out there who's watching all this stuff right here, be wary of Keisha and these folks you keep around you. Don't try to overplay your hand on this one. That's exactly what he did. This dude is dumb as hell. He got 4 baby mamas already. And this chick is mad because she didn't seal the deal, because had she got a baby out of this guy, she'd be set. She would have made more than 100,000. If he had got that, if she had kept her mouth shut, he got the whole 69 million, $100,000 is a drop in the bucket. And you know, and sadly, you know, that's how these athletes roll. Well, I got enough money. You know, I'll have this money in the end. Hell, they need to take a page out of AI. AI made more money than most of these guys are. He ended up broke. You know what I'm saying? Let that sink in for a second.
AI got some money. His management was smart and put some of his money away in a trust fund for him that he couldn't touch.
Yeah, but like that trust fund is not as much as what he made in his career, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but yeah, he blew a lot of money.
Oh yeah, definitely not. I mean, AI, the original NBA bad boy from the 90s. You know what I'm saying? He's the one started all the trend with everybody with the tats and the braids and everything. I mean, Rodman had tats and everything, but Rodman's on some other shit. Actually, a lot of these dudes being like that, like Rodman's actually the precursor for a lot of these wild dudes.
Yeah, for real.
It really is. All right, guys, we're at the 1 hour, 40-minute mark. Thanks for hanging out with us and everything, man. We're going to double back and double down on this, on these policy points and go through it next couple months. I mean, like I said, the timing is just about right. That being said, You got any closing statements? No news.
Well, my closing statement would be this: brothers, pay attention. If you can, help us out by spreading the word. Popping up, the 19-point blackmail political agenda, because like they're gonna double down on us not asking for anything like they did in this past election. Because I don't think y'all remember that. Like that was one of the main questions I saw on social media. Like, black men don't want anything. But here you got it. You got a whole document you can pull up. Hey, this is what I stand behind. This is what I wholeheartedly agree with. And they have no excuse for denigrating you for past elections. Like, we're more intelligent now than we were 10 years ago as we talk to each other and bounce ideas off each other. So make sure y'all spread this message and keep up the good fight. And don't ever let people get away with anything. I'm not, in my circles, personal circles, I don't let anybody get away with anything. They say some BS, I immediately get on to them about it. So, and that's where we got to be.
All right, it's a wrap, man. Yeah, we're gonna be right back at it. Guys, we will check you out next time, man. Good night and good luck.
I got this.
Bruh.
I got this.
Bruh.
I got this.
Bruh.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.